He Ta'ala has established the fact that his existence is independent of Ghani by his words, Wallahu Ghani, and Allah is the rich beyond dependence.
Allah wa ta'ala is the Ghani. He is the one who is totally independent of all, and all are dependent upon him. And Al-Imam As-Sanusi, rahimahullah wa ta'ala, one of the greatest Imams who explained the Tawheed, he said that quality of being totally independent of everything, yet dependent upon by everything, is the exclusive quality of divinity. He said that the uluhiyya, the godness, basically is in this quality, that the one who doesn't need anything, yet everything else needs him, can only be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when we look at this, we see that Allah Azza wa Jalla, and being independent from all, that means then that his existence was without a beginning, because everything that exists with a beginning needed something that existed before to make it exist. Since Allah has no need of anything and he exists, that means then he must exist without a beginning. Since Allah Azza wa Jalla also is independent of all, his existence then is necessary and it must always continue, right? So then that means then that he can never not exist. Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the quality of being independent from everything and everything else needing him, he's dissimilar to the creation. Because the thing that all the creations have in common is they all have need to come into existence. They all need something else before them that exists to create them and make them exist, because in the beginning they did not exist by default, because they are creation. So all the creation, they have this common quality that they all are in need. They all need one to bring them into existence. Allah Azza wa Jalla is independent and he doesn't need anything, and all need him. So he's dissimilar from the creation based on his quality. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the sister will also read now, is also one. Allah Azza wa Jalla is one. The creations are many, and there are many that are similar to them in different ways and different from them in other ways. Nothing is similar to Allah wa ta'ala in any way whatsoever. Allah is absolutely dissimilar from all. Like we said, they all have needs. Allah Ta'ala needs nothing. And if a person wants to say, well, there's more than one God, I don't believe that thing about Allah being one. No, it's actually more. If a person wants to say that there's more than one God, by the definition that God is the one, Allah Azza wa Jalla, or the Ilah, the God, is the one who is he's independent from all, yet he is needed by all. If we look at that definition of God, of Ilah, then we see then that there can only be one like this. Why? If there was another God, then that God will also have to have the same definition, that he is independent from all, yet all need him. But then how can there be two gods, yet both of them are independent of everything, yet everything else needs them, but they don't need each other. They also exist, and there's something besides each other, so then they must also not need each other. But as we said, that the God is the one, everything else besides him needs him. So then it couldn't be two in that category, or it couldn't be 100 in that category, or 3 in that category, or any other number. Because if there had been 100, then if there had been 100 gods, then that would mean that 100th God has 99 things that exist that do not need him. And this would be this would be a contradiction. This would be a logical contradiction. That how could that God exist with 99 other gods, and they all exist, but they don't need him? Yet the definition of God is the one. Everything else besides him needs him, yet he doesn't need anything. So then there can only be one God. There can only be one Ilah, and that is Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala.